Yeah.
Okay, so how'd you do with the song?
For me, it's a little hard to understand the letters.
Super hard. A
Me
little hard.
too.
Oh,
Yeah.
this should be super hard for you.
Mhm.
Yeah, so this is like a, it's got hip hop built into it. And it's very typical that hip hop music, um, they rap, they sing very fast. So it can be very hard to catch the words because how fast they're rapping. Another aspect that's really challenging about this style of music is that we use a lot of slang music, a lot of slang. So slang is like made up words that either do not exist in the dictionary or they do exist, but we use them to mean something else. Okay. So just one of the major things, like if you don't know that this is what he's saying, it's going to be hard for you to understand. So the word end, okay, end, that's the final. Every time we start something, we also finish something, right? But this word ends is also used in kind of like in this subculture in the United States to refer to money. So what he's singing about here is he's not singing about the end, like the end of the world or the end of the song or, the end of something like that, but he's singing about money. So this whole song is about money. Okay. So sometimes when people say that they need their ends, it's because they're looking for the money. So this term refers to money or financial resources. There's actually a website called urbandictionary.com that can be kind of a fun resource for you. If you're ever hearing Americans talk, and we do use a lot of slang in our day-to-day conversations, you can look up these terms on urbandictionary.com to find out, what the real meaning of it is. So if you look up this word ends on urbandictionary.com, you see the first answer means it's talking about money or financial resources. There's some speculation of where this term comes from, how this started being used. Some people think that it came from the word dividends. Do you know what a dividend is?
No.
No? So here in the United States, and as far as I know, I think in Mexico there is a stock market as well. So like big, huge companies go public and investors can buy shares in the company. So like for example, I would imagine the company Facebook is a publicly traded company. You can go buy a little piece of Facebook and now you're a part owner in the company. And then certain companies will give back to their shareholders what's called a dividend. So it's basically based off of performance, however much the company makes in a year, or especially if it's making a profit, meaning that the company makes more money than it spends, it might pay back its shareholders in the form of a dividend. So a dividend is just money that you might get from an investment. Okay. So some people think, they look at that word dividends and they suspect that this term ends comes from the last four letters of the word dividends. Okay. There's also another expression that we use in English, to make ends meet. To make ends meet means that you can essentially support your financial obligations. You have enough money to get by in a typical day or week or month. Okay. And that's when you make your ends meet. That just means you have enough money. So some people think that this term, to make ends meet, and this term ends, comes from naval times when sailors were, navigating the world on boats, and they didn't have enough rope for whatever purpose. You know, rope was a very important thing. And so they suspected, you know, rope is like a spiral of other little threads and fabrics. So some people think in order to kind of get creative and do more with less, they would splice the rope apart. They would take those threads apart and then tie the ends of it together. So now you have a longer rope, right? So maybe you need 50 feet of rope, but all you have is 25 feet of rope. Well, you can break it apart and then tie it together, and now you have 50 feet of rope. So that's one possible meaning of this term ends. Another definition or speculation of where this term came from has to do with accounting. So when you're doing accounting, when you match the two ends of your financial year, you're comparing your earning versus your spending. And so the goal, a lot of businesses, you know, profit is always a good thing, but also a lot of business just want to make sure that they match, you know, so they spend all of the money that they make, and that way they make the end of their earning year and the end of their spending year match up equally. So that's where this term ends come from, okay? So this song is a hard song to deal with, you know, it deals with a lot of problems that we have in the United States of America. And some of these problems are unique to the United States. Some of them people experience all over the world. So we're going to talk about some hard things this morning, dealing with ends.
Yeah.
Have you ever struggled to make your ends meet? So like what this question is asking, have you ever struggled financially? Have you ever gone through a hard time with money where you didn't know how you were going to pay your bills at the end of the month, or you didn't know how you were going to put food on the table? Has anybody ever gone through a really hard financial time like that?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and it can happen for everybody. It happens, of course, poor people have this problem. It can happen with rich people too, you know. One of the problems that we have here in the United States is it's a consumer-based society, which means we're constantly consuming new things. And unless you're really making just a ton of money, you know, like $1 million or more, what happens is, for most people, the more money you make, the more money you spend, right?
Yeah.
Like if you make $10,000, you're gonna spend it. If you make $100,000, you're probably gonna spend that too, you know? You just start buying more expensive things, right? You know, when I was younger, I worked at a software company where I made a lot of money, but I spent it all. I made so much money, and you know what I did? I went out to eat every night at fancy restaurants. And I bought really nice clothes, and I bought a really nice car, you know, and I took trips all the time. That was the year I went to Mexico a lot. Like every other weekend, I bought a plane ticket and I went to Mexico. So I was making a ton of money, but I don't have anything to show for it because I spent it all. So how do you think socioeconomic pressures differ in the United States versus in Mexico? Don't talk, everybody, at the same time. Try not to talk at the same time, okay? Araceli, stop interrupting Danya, please. Norma, take it easy.
Danya and Araceli, it's your turn from Mexico.
Do you understand the question or what, you know? Like, this is open conversations for everybody, so I need you to talk. If you don't understand, tell me that too, so I can help you understand.
Like economic pressure in the USA and Mexico?
Yeah, so this this term socioeconomic deals with how society and the economy kind of come together, you know,
I think
socioeconomic, just the,
I I think it's different because in the USA the people has more opportunities and help, and in Mexico no, the people doesn't have don't have help for
yeah,
the government.
okay,
Yeah, that is one. The other thing, um, I think is, for example, in Mexico, um, although there's many opportunities, no, there's less opportunities than here. Almost all the people have their own houses, for example, so they don't have to pay rent each month or every month, just the bills. And, and I think that is a big difference. They
so,
don't own, they don't own their cars, for example.
yeah,
In here, almost, not totally, but almost everybody uh, own the cars or the houses are pretty expensive.
yeah,
So I think that is other difference.
yeah, it's interesting, you know, we have this kind of conundrum, right? Like in in Latin America and in many places in the world, there, you know, what I hear from my students all the time, you know, you're living here in the United States because in your country you say there are no opportunities, right? There's just,
Yeah. Mhm.
you want to make money, but you can't. There are no jobs available, or it's harder to get a job, or it's harder to whatever, make money. So you come to the United States, right? And in the United States, yeah, there's a lot of opportunities, right? I think, you know, uh, maybe not right now because of the coronavirus, but 6 months ago, you know, it was pretty much if you wanted a job, you could just walk outside your house and there was a job waiting for you. Like
Yeah.
almost no matter what you do for work, you know, especially here in Colorado, we have a really good economy. But then we have more pressure here. We have more,
Yeah.
it's more expensive to live here, right?
Yeah.
Less time for hangover with family.
To hang out with family.
Yeah.
To hangover is cuando tú tomas
Yeah,
demasiado.
hang out, hang out. Yeah.
But maybe, you
Exactly.
know, we drink a lot here too, so you spend more time
Hangover,
alone.
hangover after the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, you know. I've lived in Latin America, and I just you know, I remember how relaxed it was, you know, like nobody's stressed out. Like here, everybody is always stressed out, you know,
Yeah.
like there's
Oh,
this
yeah.
there's
Yeah,
this
because
big
it's
pressure
the
to be
same
happy.
routine.
What's that, Norma?
It's the same routine every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
You have to pay and pay and pay every day.
And
Everything.
work and work.
Yeah. And that is enough, the money.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
you know, this like a lot of people don't know this about me because I don't talk about it often, you know, but um I haven't had a weekend off in 6 years until the
Oh,
pandemic hit. You know, this pandemic, this has been the first time I now have Saturday and Sunday. You know, I'm not working on Saturday and Sunday. For the last 5, 6 years, I maybe get one day off a week, you know, maybe if I'm lucky, you know, as a business owner is having the schools. And every time I think I'm going to have a day off, you know, it's like, oh, finally, I don't have to work this Saturday. One of my teachers gets sick. So guess who covers the class, you know, like, Yeah, we
it's
work
hard.
here. We work here. Most of my students work 6 or 7 days a week, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm a teacher, and I work with these other, I'm on this board of teachers, and like almost every teacher I know has a second job. Almost every teacher I know, you know. We don't just work one job in the United States, we work 2 or 3 jobs.
Yeah.
We work 6, 7 days a week. We get up at 5 in the morning and we go to work and we come home at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, my husband. Yeah.
Yeah, my husband too has 2 jobs.
That's one thing that I miss about living in Latin America is just the you know,
Time.
you don't have
Time.
money. Nobody has any money, but it doesn't matter because, you know, I don't know. Everybody shares and gets along, and I don't know.
Yeah, in Mexico you have time for spend with your family,
Yeah.
and right here, no.
The schedule is different here in Mexico too. In Mexico, all the jobs start at 9 a.m. or 8:30, and here 6 in the morning. So
5. My husband sometimes
5.
5.
Yeah, they going
Yeah.
to go out at 5 in the morning for, I know.
Yeah. So this is what this is talking about, the socioeconomic pressures, right?
Mhm.
And you know, you have to move your feet over here. Are you materialistic?
No.
I'm not.
No.
I just want to have the enough for live well,
To live, yeah.
but no, yeah, but just that.
Would you ever do anything illegal to make money?
No. No yet.
Not yet.
Wish never.
Norma. Oh, you're bad, Norma. She said, not yet, but I've got a plan.
Yeah.
Maybe if the coronavirus continue for a long time, maybe.
I hope no.
Good. Yeah. You know, it's an odd question, but you know, here in the United States, there are many opportunities to make money illegally, you know, and you have to have, I think, a really good, strong set of morals and principles not to give in to the temptation.
Yeah.
This is kind of a hard question, you know, but this is the song that we just listened to. There's a lot of theme, you know, there's a theme of drugs, of, you know, killing. There's prostitution that's mentioned in it. You know, there's a lot of illicit activities that the song talks about. And these are things that happen here in the United States, you know, and it's illegal. And there's been this long ongoing debate for years and years and years. Like, you know, we have this drug war that seems to have no end in sight to it, you know, and, you know, it goes from Colombia all the way up here to the United States, and every country in between has been affected by it, right? Like Mexico is out of control right now with this, with the narco trafficking and the drug war, and, you know, do you think it should be legal?
Do you think drugs and prostitution should be legal?
I
No.
don't think so. No.
I think it should be legalized.
Yeah.
And I don't
Why
use
do you
drugs.
think?
I don't use drugs. I don't like drugs. And I don't condone the activity. But I think the only way to win the drug war is to legalize it. I think because it's illegal, you know, there's too much money in it, you know, and that's why these, you know, guys,
Yeah.
they have so
Yeah,
much
in
money
that case,
you know, I've seen studies, certain countries in Europe have legalized it, and it's not a, you know, it's not so much of a problem. Like Portugal. Portugal has a really fascinating story about drugs. They decided many years ago to go ahead and just legalize drugs, and stop prosecuting people, and you know, because people get addicted and they have, you know, addictions like a disease that people can't really control. Once they get addicted, they're just stuck on it, you know. And so Portugal had this approach where they decided that they were going to legalize drugs, and they made it so if you were a drug user, you had to go into like a clinic and use the drugs, and there would be supervision with a doctor and a nurse there to make sure that nobody gets killed. And the crime just completely was eliminated, and actually drug usage went way down. People practically stopped using the drugs when they became legal. So it's like a very contradictory thing, you know. The more and more the government fights the drug war, and like the United States has invested millions and millions and maybe billions of dollars trying to fight like cocaine in Colombia. And we've sent our soldiers down to Colombia, and we go around the Amazon and the rainforest, and we burn, you know, entire, you know, we burn things down, you know. We keep trying to eliminate the crops, and it's like it keeps coming back more and more and more. So I don't know, it's a weird thing to think about. And I only mention that because of what I've seen from like Portugal, what Portugal has done to it. How risky are you?
Not that much.
Not that much?
No.
Not risky at all? No risk takers here? Good, that's good. That's not a bad thing, you know? So do you know anyone that has met a tragic end because of the fast life? You know what this means? The fast life is when you make money doing illegal things, dealing drugs, criminal activities, hustles, scams.
Yeah, I know many people like this.
You know, many people.
Yeah.
Araceli, many people.
In my country, I know many people. They, I can't say they work with drugs, but they do it. Yeah.
Yeah, they work with
And
drugs. Yeah, they sell drugs.
They sell it. They consume it. They the weapons too, and
yeah,
some ones end in the jail, and the other ones end dead.
Yeah.
Dead, yeah, somewhere.
That is typically the way that lifestyle ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you live the fast life, that means you can die fast too, right? Yeah, I've known people too that have ended up on the wrong side of the law, and yeah, they either die or go to jail. You know, I've had friends get sent away to prison for 10, 20, 30 years. And I've known other people that have just died. You know, it's sad, it's tragic. Tragic. So that's why I think, you know, as tempting as it can be sometimes, you know, sometimes you see these guys driving their fancy cars and they've got the jewelry.
Oh, yeah, they had a lot of money. They
nice clothes and money, you know, but it's not worth it, I don't think.
No, because it's a short time.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. Let's take a look at the future tense. So we've seen in the past, right, that we can talk in the future about future plans and promises and projections and stuff with this auxiliary verb will. So for example, I could say I will eat dinner at 7 p.m. Okay. Right now, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock. I will eat dinner at 7, right? And this is the way it works. There's no changes. I, you, we, he, she, it, will, etc. We do have a contraction where you can combine the subject with the auxiliary verb will. And what we do is we take the subject like I, we add an apostrophe, and then the double L. So instead of saying I will eat, you can say I'll eat. I'll eat. You'll eat. He'll eat. She'll eat. It'll eat. We'll eat, or they'll eat. Okay? So how could you say this with the contraction? We'll start with you, Norma.
This year I'll accomplish much more than I did last year.
Good. Danya.
He will give me the money next Friday.
For sure.
They said they'll meet us at the restaurant at 7.
Good, Araceli.
You'll do anything that I ask you to do.
Perfect.
We will have to do, yeah, we'll have to do better during our next game.
Good.
Se me traba la lengua. Oh.
All right. To say something, to say no in the future tense, it would look like this. I will not, you will not, he will not, etc. Okay? In this situation, we can also form a contraction, but typically we do it by combining the word will with the word not. And it looks like this. Won't. Okay? W-O-N''T. So you could say, I won't eat, or you won't eat, or he won't eat. Okay? So let's just do the same thing here with the contraction. Araceli?
This year, I won't accomplish much more than I did last year.
Good.
He won't give me the money next Friday.
Good.
They said they won't meet us at the restaurant at 7.
You got it. Oops. Whose turn? Araceli?
Yeah.
You won't do anything that I ask you to do.
Norma?
We won't have to do better during our next game.
All right, perfect. Okay, so when we're, another use for the will, the future tense, is when we're giving directions, okay? So let's see here. Let's have you, Norma, you can be person number 1, and we'll have Danya be person number 2. Go ahead.
Hi, Dania. I'm trying to find...
What?
Hi, Dania.
So you're person number 1, Norma.
Just read.
Thank you for calling the Mombala Post Office. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm trying to find the post office. I am at 56 in Chambers. How do I get there?
It's easy. Go west on 56 towards the mountains. When you get to Peoria, turn left at the corner of 47 and Peoria. Turn right, it's going to be on your right in 2 blocks.
Good. All right, so imagine I'm gonna, so you all remember where the language school is located, right? So from the language school, how do you get to your house, Araceli?
Oh, it's so far. I live in Brighton.
You live in Brighton, Araceli? Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so how do you get there?
Oh, from the school to my house, and um, you have to take I-70 West and go straight until no, it's better if you take the 56 West and go straight until Quebec. Right there, you turn right, and until you uh, until you until the highway 2. Take the highway to north and go straight like uh, 20 minutes, and you're going to get the 144 and turn left, and my house gonna be on the right side on the corner.
Good,
I'm
Araceli.
sorry.
That's okay.
Oh my
So
God.
long.
I think so. You have to turn right now to find the highway 2 on Quebec.
Yeah, on Quebec, the highway 2 is on the right to the north.
Oh, because you said to the left. To the
Uh-oh.
left is back.
¿A dónde nos va a
I
mandar?
was trying to get your house.
No, I said when you get the highway 2, take the highway to north.
Yeah, sometimes you say you can use the cardinal directions too. That's fine. Okay, good job, Araceli.
Yeah. Okay.
Norma, from the language school, how do you get to your job?
I don't have job at this moment.
I don't have a job at this moment. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You saved yourself on that one, then. Okay, how about downtown? How do you get downtown from the language school?
I think so. Depends, because sometimes some people, they like to use the highway, but sometimes they like to go on the street. But if you come from the language school to Peoria Street, you took the south to find the Colfax Street, and then turn to the right, and then you have to go straight to Colfax to find the downtown.
Okay, good. Danya, from the language school, how do you get to the mall?
I'm really bad with directions. In Spanish and English. Oh. Okay. You take 47th Street. Yeah, you turn left in 47th Street until Peoria Street.
No.
No.
Es right para buscando el sur. Si no, va a ir para allá con Araceli.
Oh my God. Okay.
Es para el sur, Dania.
Entonces es 47, right?
Right.
And until Peoria, you take Peoria, you turn right in Peoria, no? And go straight, Peoria,
Alameda.
until 6th Avenue. Peoria, until 6th Avenue. And the 6th Avenue, you turn
Left.
left.
Yeah.
You turn left and 6 Peoria and ¿cómo se llama esa calle? Peoria 6. No. You you go straight in Peoria until Alameda. Yeah. And Alameda, you turn right and go straight. Oh, left, right. Oh my God, no. I'm really bad. Left.
You are more lost than me.
Yeah, I'm really bad.
I never gonna find a mall.
And you go straight until Avalon Street, and the mall it will be on the corner. Are you right side? I think so.
Okay.
All right, good job. Okay, let's move on.
Oh my
All
God.
right, let's take turns asking each other these questions.
You don't drive, Dania?
Yeah.
You drive?
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we have to skip number 1 because everybody's already at home. So let's start with number 2. Dania, ask Araceli, number 2.
Araceli, when are you going to exercise next? Dale poquito más.
I don't know. I think I'm going to exercise next week.
Okay, go ahead, Araceli, ask number 3.
Will you still exercise when you are older? I don't know for who.
Yes, I will. I will exercise when I am older. Dania, who will make your dinner tonight?
I'll make dinner tonight. Araceli, how will you celebrate your birthday this year?
I think I ought to make a party.
I'll throw a party.
Throw a party.
In English, we say throw a party, yeah.
So, yeah. I will throw a party. And what job will you do in the future? Norma?
I don't have the how you say I don't have the really clear what job I will do in the future.
Yeah, to say I don't know. I don't know what job I will do in the future.
Yeah, because sometimes they knows or they like to do something.
All right, next question, Norma.
Dania, when are you going to see your friends next?
I am going to see my friends next year. Araceli, which countries will you visit in the future?
I'll visit France or Italy or Colombia is a country? No.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a country. Yes. Colombia.
Good.
When, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead. Next question.
Okay. When will you go to the dentist next?
I don't know yet when I will go to the dentist next. Dania, how are you going to get good grades on your exam?
I am going to study before the exam.
Good. Simple. Simple. All right. Scenario number 1. Araceli, imagine that you are signing up for school. So you're going to start school next week and you're talking to an admissions counselor about the upcoming term. So you need details of the teacher, the subject of the class, the date classes start, the location of the classes, and their cost, okay? And you're gonna practice with your friend Norma, who is an admissions counselor at the school that you're trying to go to. So like when you're signing up for a new, you're doing something new, you wanna talk to somebody and ask questions to figure things out, like the who, what, when, where, and why, and how much of it all, okay? All right, so let's practice here, okay?
Okay. Hello, Norma.
Hi, good morning. I come to sign in for English school. Do you know?
It's al revés. You are I'm going to sign to the school.
Yeah,
You're the counselor.
Sign up is what you say. I want to sign up for school.
Oh, okay. Who I need to talk with?
Who do I need to talk with?
Who do?
Oh, ya me cambió el escenario.
No, Norma. You're the person that she's talking to.
I'm going to ask you some questions because I want to sign up for the school.
Do you understand, Norma?
Yeah, I'm going to ask you the questions, what I need.
Oh, I'm the secretary.
Yeah.
You're the admissions counselor at the school, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to help Araceli sign up for the classes.
Okay.
So, hello, hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you? How can I help you?
Oh, hi, I'm fine, thanks. So I come to because I have some questions about the school. I want to sign up, and I have some questions. Maybe you can help me.
Yes. What is your question?
I would like to take a class for, no, I want to take the English classes. So I like to know the date, what the date of the classes start, for example.
The date is on Tuesday. It's it's going to be on August 4th.
Okay. Can you tell me what is the cost of the class for month?
What the cost of the class is. Can you tell me what the cost of the class
Okay.
is?
Can you
Yeah,
tell
remember
me
when you
where,
preface it like that, you have to kind of flip the order around.
can you tell me what the cost of the class is?
The cost is 150 per month.
150 per month. Good. What time the classes are?
What time are the classes?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's all over there.
So just check it out, like, because you can say it, it depends on how you say it. If you start off by saying, do you know, that's when you say it backwards. Do you know when the classes are, versus if you're just asking the simple question, when are the classes? You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, do you know when the classes are?
Good.
No, yeah.
Yep.
Monday. Okay.
The classes start in the morning, 8 to 9:30. In the evening, start at 5:30 to 7 p.m.
Oh, perfect. I would like to start in the class of the 8 in the morning. Do you know who is the teacher?
Do you know who
For
the
my
teacher
class?
is?
Do you know who the teacher is?
Yes, I know. The teacher is David.
Oh, he's a nice teacher.
Yes, he is.
Okay, I am interested in that class. And the last one is, can you tell me your location, your address, please?
The address is on Peoria and 47th Street.
Oh, really nice. Thank you so much for your help. I appreciate it. And I'm going to see you tomorrow morning for pay my first month and start the classes. Thank you so much.
Call us if you have any more questions.
All right, nice
Thank
job.
you so much.
All right, now let's take a look at scenario number 2. This time, Norma, you are on vacation, okay? So imagine that you are in London, England for a vacation. You want to visit a place of interest. You need details of the right place to get tickets, the cost of the tickets, the best time to visit, the location of the place, and any special events that are going on. And Danya works at the hotel in the concierge, and she's going to help you out with this, okay?
Hi, Dania.
Hi, how can I help you?
Could you tell me the place to get to buy a tickets?
To buy a ticket for what?
To travel London.
She's in London or she's...
She's in London, yes. So are you. You're both in London, England right now.
Okay. So you're looking for tickets to travel or what?
Yeah, so like a ticket for some type of event, you know, something going on. In the
Event.
museum
Okay.
Are you just trying to find like a ticket for like a tour bus, Norma? What do you need a ticket
Yes.
for?
I'm lost in London.
Well, remember, so you're looking for something to do. You're just trying to find help finding an activity to do. You're not
Okay.
lost.
I recommend you to visit the History Museum.
I recommend that you visit the history.
I recommend.
I recommend that you visit the History Museum.
Do you have any else to recommend me places to visit?
I recommend the History Museum and the principal church. That that place are beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in the tickets are cheaper.
Do you know how much the ticket cost?
I don't know how much, but I know are cheaper.
Do you know the time to visit the museum?
The museum is open from 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Oh, thank you. Do you know the location of that place?
Yeah, the location is in the downtown.
Do you know how to get there?
I recommend you take a taxi. It's more easier.
It's easier.
Oh, okay.
It's easier.
Do you know if do you have any recommendation with any special events that are going on?
They have a special event at 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. They have a show, the history show or history meeting or something like that.
Oh, okay. Um, Thank you very much for your information. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Enjoy your visit.
Thank you very much.
All right, nice job. Okay, quick little review of the difference between each and every. Each emphasizes the idea of one by one. For example, each soldier received a medal is like saying one by one, somebody gave them medals. Okay, each brother got a new laptop for his graduation. It can precede, grammatically speaking, it can precede either a singular or a plural noun, but be careful, if we use each before a plural noun, we must follow it with the word of, okay? So notice the difference between number one up top, each soldier received a medal, versus number one down below, each of the soldiers received a medal. You can say it both ways, and it means the same thing. But structurally and grammatically, there's a specific order that you need here. Each can also be used after the noun that it describes. So you could say each of the soldiers, or you could say the soldiers each received a medal. Okay. Every, on the other hand, it's very similar, but it's used to talk more about the group of people rather than the individual people in the group. So for example, every plant needs water. Nearly every child likes candy. Every room in our house needs to be vacuumed today. Every can show that something is repeated regularly as well. I drink a cup of coffee every morning. They visit their parents in Minnesota every year. Every time Tim sees Sheila, he smiles. Okay. Every can only be used with a singular noun. Every dog, every teacher, every time. Okay. Every cannot be used for only two things, right? So if you're talking about something that there's only two, like your hands, right? You only have two things. You shouldn't say every hand. Every has the idea that there's more than two. You can say each hand, okay? So let's practice every or each. Number one, Danya.
The Olympic Games are held every 4 years.
Good. Araceli, number two.
In a game of tennis, there are 2 or 4 players.
Each player.
Each player has a racket.
Sarah plays volleyball every Thursday morning.
Good.
I tried to phone her 2 or 3 times, but every time there was no reply.
Here I'd say each time.
Was each time.
Kate has read every book in the library.
Our football team is playing well. We have won every game this season.
Good.
There are 6 apartments in this building. Each one has a balcony.
Good.
I understood most of what they said, but not every word.
The book is divided in 5 parts, and each of these has 3 sections.
There is a train to London every hour.
Yep. All right, nice job. What was the nicest thing that you did for someone this week?
What was the nicest? I was sent money to my mother-in-law.
You sent money to your mother-in-law? Yeah, that's pretty nice. Good. Anybody else?
I help my husband on his work.
I help my husband with his work. Good.
With his work.
So I helped to my daughter with she changed his room and I help her with that one. And I can't go out for do something with for somebody, but I called to one person that is sick in Mexico, and I call with her, and I think she feel a little better when we talked.
Yeah, it could be something simple like just a phone call. Yeah, good. Okay.
Mhm.
What was the nicest thing that someone else did for you this week?
When I went to Walmart, I trying to pick up a water cage.
Tried to pick up a what?
Water, no sé cómo, una caja de agua. Water cage or water
A case of
Hey,
water.
cage.
Case of water.
Yeah, and
Okay.
the guy helped me with that.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Good.
Yeah.
the this Saturday, my husband and I went to eat out. We went to eat out, and he opened me the car door.
He opened the car door for me.
He opened the car door for me.
Okay, good. What a gentleman.
Yeah.
What about you, Norma?
I don't remember one thing.
No? Okay.
No.
All right, let's talk about dining. When dining in a business setting, typically speaking, there's always exceptions, but typically speaking, the person that extends the invitation to the meal should also pay for it. Your napkin should be placed in your lap shortly after you're seated and kept on your lap at all times. You shouldn't put it in your shirt. Sometimes you see people do that. Not supposed to do that. Americans tend to eat more quickly than people from other countries. The point is more often to eat rather than socialize and savor the meal. So that's another important cultural thing to think about. Okay. All right, moving on along. Writing essays. This weekend is going to be stressful. First, I will participate in a religious ceremony in my temple that will be very long. That means I will have to find someone to cover my classes on Saturday. Furthermore, my girlfriend is going to be moving in with me, and we are going to spend all of our spare time cleaning and organizing. Finally, I will still have to do my basic chores like cooking and cleaning. As indicated, this weekend is going to be very stressful. So remember that when you're writing a more formal essay, the structure of the paragraph is very important. You always start with a topic sentence, which is what you're going to write about. And then typically speaking, you'll write 3 additional sentences that answer the question why. Okay, so if we look at this paragraph, we see the first sentence, this weekend is going to be stressful. So you could say, hey, David, why is this weekend going to be stressful? And then I give you 3 reasons. First, I'm going to participate in the religious ceremony. Then my girlfriend's moving in. Finally, I still have to do my regular chores. So those are 3 reasons why it's going to be stressful, right? Then we wrap up with a concluding sentence, which is just basically the same thing as the topic sentence. So look at the topic sentence. This weekend is going to be stressful, and here is our concluding sentence. As indicated, this weekend is going to be very stressful. Okay, so I want you to write a paragraph about what you're going to do this weekend. Okay, so everybody try and just write 5 sentences about what you're going to do this weekend. But to make it a little bit more detailed, I want you to start it with a topic sentence, right? So like I did in my paragraph, this weekend is going to be stressful. You might say something like, this weekend is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm dreading this weekend. This weekend is going to be difficult. This weekend is going to be boring. This weekend, you know, like think of like your some type of position to give for this weekend, and then write, you know, 5 sentences about it. Okay, I'm going to leave this up here so you can see it.
Ay, Dios.
What's wrong, Tanya? Anybody finished?
Yeah, I'm finished.
You finished, Tanya? Okay. Anybody else?
No, I almost finished.
Almost. Okay. Norma, still working?
Mhm. Yeah.
All right. Try and ramp up with your last sentence and let me know when you're ready, okay? And then we'll share real quick and we are almost out of time.
Mhm.
Diagnose. In my family. Ay, mira, aquí está el borrador.
Ready, Danya?
Yeah.
Norma?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with you, Danya. Go ahead and share with us, what are you going to do this weekend?
This weekend is going to be worried. My niece just been diagnosed with epilepsy.
Hold on. This weekend is going to be worrisome.
Worrisome?
Yeah. Worrisome.
Okay. My niece just been diagnosed with epilepsy,
Oh.
and my family and I will meet for pray. She has an appointment tomorrow for more exams. I will be worried until I know the results, and I am going to support my sister and my niece.
You
And
need a
that's it.
concluding sentence.
More?
You just need your concluding sentence.
Oh, conclude.
So like your concluding sentence is just pretty much a restatement of the first sentence. As you can see, I am very worried about this weekend.
So I need to write some conclude.
Just a concluding sentence, yeah, the last sentence. Because of all these reasons, I am worried about this weekend. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Okay, good, Nanya. Araceli?
This weekend is going to be fun, but at the same time stressful. First, I have to clean my house and prepare everything because my husband's cousins will come from Chicago. And afterwards, I will go to my sister-in-law birthday party the Saturday. It will be fun because I will see many friends and family that I haven't seen for a long time. And finally, we'll go out with my husband cousins before they go back their home to Chicago. It will be fun, but so tired.
Tiring.
Tiring.
Yeah. Good. Just to let you know, Araceli, your conclusion statement doesn't line up with your opening statement. There's a slight disconnection. Tiring and stressful are not the same thing.
Okay.
So for what you just said, you either need to modify your opening statement or your concluding. The opening and concluding statements are very, very similar. Just to let you know, there's a slight disconnection between where you opened up and said this weekend's going to be fun but stressful, and then your last statement was, yeah, so it's going to be fun, but it's going to be tiring. So is it tiring or stressful? And you want to stick to that theme. So what in your statements are you saying? Are you giving reason? Are you answering the question why is it stressful, or are you answering the questions why is it tiring? Do you know what I mean? They're two distinct concepts.
Okay, I can use tired.
That's fine.
It will be fun.
Tiring, yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. Norma.
This weekend is going to be stressful. First, I have to go to the grocery store to buy everything for my daughter's birthday. After, I have to prepare dinner for her party, so I don't have time to hang out with my friends. Furthermore, my daughter's birthday is on Saturday. I have to prepare everything and clean. And finally, I don't know how to finish that.
So your conclusion, what's your opening statement? You said it's going to be stressful, so your conclusion statement is something very similar. In conclusion, this weekend will be very stressful.
Oh, okay.
Do you see? Yeah. Your opening and your closing statements are almost word for word the same statements in a good paragraph. Good. Okay, everybody. Well, that is it for class today. We went just a little bit over, which is fine. Before we finish, does anybody have any questions for me? No? Okay. Well, make sure to do lesson number 2 in your books. I'm going to bring you back